It's AI government contractors. This is how anyone can understand government contracts in 2024. Let's say that you are new to government contracting, or perhaps you might be a seasoned vet with a couple of contract wins under your belt, but you're looking for a way to enhance your procurement process by using simple AI tools on the internet. Then this video is actually going to be really useful to you. This is how anyone can understand government contracts in 2024. Guys, I want to paint you a picture here. A picture perhaps of how you might be living right now, how you might be going through your procurement process right now, and where you might want to be. You might be in this situation right now where you find that it's completely overwhelming and you're trying to get to the other side. The other side being where you might still have a bit of clutter. As you can see in the picture, you might still have a bit of clutter, but you are in a better position to make decisions about your government contract. And that picture kind of looks like this. You might be in a situation right now where you're saying to yourself, I don't have any simple tools or guides. It's just pages and pages of solicitations that make no sense to you. Or perhaps you might be saying to yourself, I feel totally overwhelmed, like I'm in over my head with all these legal jargons. And that is where you may stand right now when you get to page two of the solicitation. You find yourself in awe, you find yourself in pause because you don't understand a lot of the legal jargon. And your average day when it comes to procurement looks like, you're spending a lot of time frantically trying to make sense of each clause. And you're worried that you're going to miss out on something crucial. And that would inevitably lead to the disqualification of your bid, and that is one of your biggest fears. Also, the worst of them all, because of these challenges that you're facing, your belief system around government contracting has been affected. Your thoughts and your feelings around being able to win a government contract has been tampered with. And you say things like, what, I feel like I'm always fighting an uphill battle. I'm fighting against a system that is designed to keep me out. But the truth is that you can actually get yourself to the other side. You can actually be on the other side where you're saying things like, now I have this powerful AI tool that breaks everything down into simple language. You're going to be able to use AI tools to dribble compliance language, where if you find that you don't understand something, you have the ability to ask ChatGPT because it can break it down to a more digestible language for you. And you can also be the person who says things like, I feel confident and in control now. I know exactly what each contract requires and demands. And that will be because you've been able to use specific prompts to gather all the relevant information in the SOL. And also, you are the person who is now saying to yourself, look, I can concentrate on crafting winning proposals. You can now concentrate on crafting winning proposals to and you're secure in the knowledge that the contracts are accurately interpreted and managed. So when you're using the solicitation breakdown guide, you can make inquiries on the solicitation to ensure that you are getting the full information in the solicitation. And guys, the best of all, the best of all in these positive aspects of being able to use AI is that now you can focus on writing top-notch proposals because you are confident that the AI tools are going to handle the contract details. You no longer have to be worried about sitting down and pinpointing all the details because you can use specific prompts to achieve this goal. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you how you can actually accomplish this with one of the proposals that or one of the solicitations that I would like to go through. Just give me one moment. Okay, what we have in front of us here is the beginner-friendly five-step solicitation breakdown guide. And I have a solicitation here. This is for the live event at the Library of Congress. So it's a catering service. Now, we're going to go through the usual. I will look through the solicitation. I can see that this is a combined synopsis slash solicitation. And it's due on the 7th of August at 5 p.m. EDT. A little bit about the classification here. It's NAICS code 72231, food services contractor, and the product code is housekeeping and food. So what I see here is a relatively short description. It says the Library of Congress requires contractor support to provide food and beverage concession services every Thursday evening during live at the library when the Jefferson building exhibits are open late. Programming will regularly feature special conversations, music, performances, film, collection displays, and activities that showcase the broad range of holding at the National Library. Let's see how many attachments we have here. I believe that this will be the solicitation document. And we have, okay, the wage determination. We have off-site freight screening. I wonder what that is. Off-site freight screening. Screening process for all vehicles coming to Library of Congress loading docks. Okay, guys, if you wanted to find out very quickly what this means, you can go on to ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT, explain this document in simple language and let me know its purpose. This prompt is very short, but the goal here is to find out, you know, give me a high level on this document. And also, I want to know what the purpose of the document is. What is the purpose here? So, okay, so the document describes the procedure for screening and processing freight deliveries to the Library of Congress, specifically for vehicles coming to load docks and freight elevators. Here's a simplified explanation. Pre-arrival requirements. Vendor needs to inform the Library of Congress uh, contact about the delivery details at least 24 hours in advance, 48 to 72 preferred. I would say go for the preferred. Okay, so this information includes the vehicle's model, make, tag number, and driver's personal details. So, guys, we have these details clearly. I'm going to go through this pretty fast. Email notification. The LOC contact will then email this information to the off-site delivery center for pre-approval. Delivery documentation. All deliveries must come with a bill of lading, a detailed list of shipment, and specify the library point of contact with their contact details. So, guys, I don't want to go through reading all of this because this is not the main part of what we're doing. But what I was going to show you here is very simple, is that you can use these documents or you can summarize these documents using simple prompts with ChatGPT, not wasting time going through every line of it before you get an idea of what it's talking about. So we've downloaded that. The next thing I'm trying to do here is I want to get this file. I believe that that's the SOL. And then I also see that we have a sample floor plan. So let me see what that looks like. What's that sample floor plan looking like? Okay, it's a simple floor plan of the place where they're going to need the food and beverages. Okay, so this is the second floor plan. So there are two floor plans. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to ChatGPT. I'm going to grab that solicitation, which was this here. I believe that this is the solicitation because it's just a code. Typically, when it's not labeled, then it's going to be a code. But yes, I was right. This is the solicitation where most of the information is going to be contained. And now I want to get a high level view of what this solicitation is about. I'm going to use the five-step beginner or the friendly five-step solicitation breakdown guide. Yellow is for prompts, purple is for the purpose of the prompts. So I'm going to throw in this prompt right now to provide a high level of the title, the agency, and a brief summary of the solicitation. Okay, so The document titled, and that's the code, issued by the Contract and Grant Directorate of the Library of Congress details the solicitation for commercial product and services. Here is a simple breakdown of the information you requested. Title: Food and Beverage Concession Service. Agency: Library of Congress, Contract and Grant Directorate. So the solicitation seeks contractor support to provide food and beverage concession service during the Library of Congress live at library events. These events occur every Thursday evening and feature various programming such as music, film, and exhibition. The contractor is expected to manage full service food and beverage concessions that cater to the diverse audience, providing options for various dietary preferences and ensuring high quality service under clean and sanitary conditions. So the contractor will handle everything from setting up the concession stands to pricing and menu approvals, with performance standards set to ensure visitor satisfaction and compliance with health regulations. Okay, guys, I just wanted to give you guys that full synopsis of what this was about. That's a high level summary. But everything else, I'm going to kind of be moving through it relatively quickly. Now, like I said, yellow stands for the prompt, and the orange is for the purpose of the prompt. So now I want to find out the eligibility requirements, the key deliverables, and objectives of the contract. So business and size status. The solicitation is set aside for small businesses. Okay, great. Experience and capability. The contractor must demonstrate experience in managing similar food and beverage services, specifically in settings that involve catering to large numbers of visitors with diverse dietary needs. License and certification. The contractor must hold all necessary licenses and certifications for selling and serving food and alcoholic beverages in Washington, D.C. This includes compliance with health and safety regulations. Cool. So let's look at some of the key deliverables. The menu planning and approval. The contractor must submit a menu that accommodates various dietary restrictions and preferences, like vegan, gluten free, or organic, to the Library of Congress for approval 14 days each before each event. So, guys, this is very specific. You got that. This is a key deliverable. Set up and break down concession. So the contractor is responsible for complete setup and the concession stands before the start of each event and clean up afterwards. Sales and financial reporting, monthly sales reports, and detailed accounting of revenue needs to be provided to the Library of Congress. This includes transactions, customer count, and compliance with agreed pricing structure. And the objectives include quality and service delivery, visitor satisfaction, compliance, and safety. Wonderful. We're going to go a bit deeper now. We want to find out what are the submission instructions for a project like this. And guys, as you can see, with just within a few minutes, we've been able to break down this solicitation and have a general idea of what you're looking for, up until we even have specific information on how they want things to be done, from financial planning to setting up the concession and taking it down. So these are a few of the information that you're going to need to pursue this contract, either as a middleman or if you have a catering company. The next thing you're going to want to think about is, how will I convey confidently my competence to the contracting officer on the other side? So, proposal format and delivery. So, the first thing is that the proposal submission deadline for the food and beverage concession service contract at the Library of Congress is August 7th, 2024. This allows vendors adequate time to prepare and submit a detailed proposal that meets the library's requirements. So, what's the proposal format? Proposal must adhere to specification outlined in the solicitation document. This typically includes sections on technical capability, pricing, business certification, and evidence of compliance with health and safety standards. So, electronic submission. The document suggests that proposals should be submitted electronically. Let's see if we can find an email of the contracting officer. Here we go. So, we have the primary point of contact. The email is right there. So, we know that the electronic submission is going to be towards a contracting officer. and attachments and supporting documents, including all required attachments and supporting documents. This may involve business certification, past performance evidence, menus, plans, and events, staffing plans. Wonderful. Confirmation and receipt. After submitting your proposal electronically, ensure to obtain a confirmation of receipt from the Library of Congress. This can help avoid any disputes about whether the proposal was submitted before the deadline. So be sure to get a confirmation. But guys, we've been able to look at a summary of this work, the specific work itself, and even as far as finding out what the submission requirements are. But I'm interested in what is the evaluation criteria for this contract? Let's get a detail of the evaluation criteria. Technical capability, ability to meet the service requirements specified in the solicitation, quality and variety of menu items, especially how well the proposed menu cater to diverse, we keep seeing this, right? Diverse dietary needs. They're looking for someone who has a quality menu as well as variety of menu items, especially those that can cater to people with diverse dietary needs. Now, look at the experience in managing similar large scale and food and beverage services. They want someone who has experience with large scale food and beverage services. So, if you already own a catering company that can do this, you're going to convey that in your proposal. If you are subcontracting with a partner who has the ability to do this, then you are going to convey the confidence on their end. And we also need past experience, references, pricing, overall cost effectiveness for the proposal, clarity and transparency in pricing structure, compliance and licensing, management and capability, and then submission and review process. But you can see how with asking simple questions, you have the ability to really break down the information in the solicitation document to make a quick decision on whether this is worth your pursuit. Now, let's say you wanted to create, say, a table of contents. You can ask ChatGPT to create a table of contents based on the evaluation criteria. Keep the items at 5 items. So, in the name of making this concise, guys, let me even show you with a proposal like this, or with a contract like this, or rather a solicitation like this. You can even ask ChatGPT to create an example of the type of menu that would suit the requirements of this contract. Let's try that. Create a menu that suits all the needs in the SOL. Let it be an example. Let's see what this ends up looking like. Certainly, below is an example of a well-rounded menu that caters to the diverse dietary needs and preferences outlined in the solicitation for the Library of Congress, live at library events. This menu includes options for various dietary restrictions while ensuring high quality and appeal. Okay, so we have non-alcoholic options. So this is it. Beverages, non-alcoholic options, savory options, vegan and gluten free. So you can see ChatGPT already began to weave in the diverse dietary options that they would be looking for. Using something like this can give you an idea on how to put things together. Local craft beer, sparkling wine, white wine, pre-mixed cocktails, savory options, vegan and gluten-free, vegan slider made with gluten-free buns, hummus, and okay, so I don't even know how to pronounce that. But guys, as you can see, everything has now been put into proper perspective with that diversity of a high quality menu. We even have design and pricing. So ChatGPT is ready to play that game with you and go as far as you possibly need it to in order to give you ideas. Like you don't have to take the full option that ChatGPT has given you. You can use it to create more ideas for yourself. Look, guys, there's no reason for you to be worried about how long the solicitation is or if it's too much for you to handle. It can't be too much for you to handle because you have powerful tools that would help you through the process. Now, let's just head back to our slides here because I want to finish up with this. What side do you want to be on? Do you want to be on the side of the person who is constantly, and I mean constantly begging for mercy because the paperwork is completely taking them down? Or do you want to be the person on the other side who is still able to smile? Of course, there's still a little bit of clutter because with government contracting, there's no one size fits all method that one person can use and start winning contracts. But you can follow a structure or a method that would help you break down some of the more tedious aspects of the government contracting process. All right, guys, the last thing I want is we are growing our community very quickly. And actually, as of yesterday, I believe that the school group just hit about 750 members. But let's see, we're above 750, we're at 772. And I promised that once we get this group to 1,000 members, once we are at 1,000 members, I'm going to host a 2-day intensive proposal writing seminar. So join us in this mission to get this group to 1,000 members. All right, guys, that's all for today. See you on the other side.